Uptown Funk is a mega-hit song by Mark Ronson. It was released in 2014 and features Bruno Mars as the lead vocalist. Prior to the song's release, there were lots of disputes over the song title. After its release, there were a number of lawsuits. But why all the fuss? In this video, we will attempt to shed some light as we explore the real story behind the song, Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson, featuring Bruno Mars.
Songs are like timestamps through your journey in life. They can remind you of exactly where you were, what you were doing, and who you were with. The good times that you want to remember, and the bad ones you'd rather forget. But every song has its own unique story that inspired the songwriter and moved him to share their experience with us. In this video, we will follow the songwriters on their journey and discover the real story behind the song.
Uptown Funk was a major hit for British record producer Mark Ronson and singer-songwriter Bruno Mars. In addition to being a producer, Ronson is also a DJ and a musician with strong ties to the music industry. His stepdad Mick Jones is the co-founder of the group Foreigner. Ronson has also released several albums over the years that have gone either gold or platinum. He produced the album, Back to Black, for Amy Winehouse and has worked with Adele, Paul McCartney and other top artists. Working with Bruno Mars on Uptown Funk only added to his successful music portfolio. The song reached number 1 in 19 countries. It stayed on Billboard's Hot 100 for 14 weeks. In 2016, the song won the Grammy for Best Pop Duo Group Performance. It also won Record of the Year. Despite the accolades, critics felt it lacked innovation and it sounded too much like a funk song. Funk is a music style that originated in African American communities in the 1960s and 70s. It's actually a mixture of rhythm and blues, soul, and jazz with strong bass and percussion. But when you think of funk, you normally think of old-school music. That may explain why the record label initially didn't want to use the title, Uptown Funk. They suggested calling the song, Just Watch. But, after much debate, the record label agreed to go with the title, Uptown Funk. The song actually came about by accident. It all started as just a fun jam session with Bruno Mars, who was playing the drums. Then it went from a simple jam session to, hey, let's put some words to this and see how it sounds. Mars not only provided the vocals, he also co-wrote the song. Ronson said that when he and Bruno first came up with the lyrics and added the instrumental track, the room was filled with electricity. They knew they had a hit, but the excitement was short-lived. You can never get that spirit back, Ronson says. You try to write another verse, and it seems forced, because the first one was so natural. It wound up taking them 7 months to complete, because there were so many disagreements over which track they should use. In fact, Mars did not like the original version. And because of their different schedules, they worked on the song while traveling around the world. To make matters worse, the song's production took a physical toll on Ronson. At one point, he actually fainted from the stress. In spite of all this, during his 2015 Grammy speech, Ronson said that the song Uptown Funk came from pure joy. But that joy also came with lawsuits. For example, the funk band Zapp, also known as the Zapp Band or Zapp and Roger, claimed that Uptown Funk copied from their 1980 song, More Bounce to the Ounce. Then, they were also accused of infringing upon the 1979 song, Funk You Up, by a group known as Sequence. Again, they were sued for allegedly using material from the Gap Band's 1979 song, Oops Upside Your Head. Ronson later confirmed that his music was indeed influenced by other songs. As a result, they had to amend the songwriting credits for Uptown Funk to include the names of all those other songwriters. But it didn't end there. In 2018, the Minneapolis electro-funk band named Collage also sued Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson for Uptown Funk. They claimed it copied from their 1983 single, Young Girls. The case was eventually dropped, but it is unclear if there was any financial settlement. The song also references the actress Michelle Pfeiffer and associates her name with the term white gold. Apparently, a reminder of her role as a cocaine addict in the 1983 film Scarface. While Pfeiffer was initially embarrassed by the shout-out, she later seemed to take it in stride. Perhaps it didn't hurt having her name mentioned in one of the biggest songs in recent times. The video was shot in LA at 20th Century Fox Studios. Ronson does make a few cameo appearances. Mars and Ronson are also joined by the backup band for Mars known as the Hooligans. They also joined him on stage when he performed at the Super Bowl. Together they act out the song's lyrics and overall theme, which is simply, get prepped for the night out, go uptown looking for women, drinking, perhaps some drugs, based on the white gold reference, and enjoying the night. As the group sings and dances down the street, it becomes clear that this is a song for clubbing. The lyrics are the true definition of narcissism. For example, Mars says that he's so hot that they need to call the police and a fireman. He also says, "Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty." It's been said that this line is a quote from heavyweight boxing champ Larry Holmes from the 1980s. But Holmes may have borrowed the expression from soul-funk singer James Brown. He used a similar line in his 1973 song Superbad when he said, "I jump back, I wanna kiss myself." The song's huge success was likely due to it being music you could dance to. Great for everything from parties and clubs to school marching bands. While Uptown Funk is officially listed as being by Ronson and featuring Bruno Mars, Ronson says he feels the song belongs more to Mars. That's no surprise, as producers tend to avoid the spotlight and let their work speak for itself. Or as the song says, "Don't believe me, just watch." If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and share the link with your friends. And be sure to subscribe to this channel for updates.